Hey y'all, so it's your girl Ab. I'm gonna do this video real quickly while my daughter is taking a little cat nap. So we're gonna go right into it. This is the third part, the final completion of spiritual transmitted diseases. If you have not watched the first two, I suggest you watch them. They are powerful, life-changing, they're amazing. This is part three. These are practical ways that I use daily that helps me fight the flesh, fight sexual temptation, sexual bondage, and keep myself pure for Christ until, well, keep myself pure constantly in Christ, but sexually pure until my husband comes. So tonight we're going to discuss my top five that helps me daily with being free of sexual bondage and sexual temptation, because temptations come every day, all the time. All the time. They're there. The enemy knows, and they are there. And trust me, the more that you go deeper in Christ, the more the temptation's going to come, the more the finer the man going to get. The I'm telling you. I'm telling you. But at the end of the day, you have to know your season in Christ, and if you know that God is calling everyone to purity, then this video is for you. So, number one, my number one um, uh, step is to be mindful of what you watch. You can't watch everything. You can't watch anything at all. You have to cut out shows that are overly sexualized, that is nothing is off guard. It's making your flesh rise. If you watch shows, I don't care how good the show is, you gotta stop watching it, because your flesh is not, you're not strong enough in yourself, and you're not strong enough in your spirit to be able to watch something that might have a sex scene, might have a whatever scene in it, without your flesh rising up. So you have to be very mindful of what you watch, very mindful of the things that's going in your mind, because the fact of the matter is that you can watch a scene in a movie or in a show, and they just had sex, and now you up at night like, oh my God, why am I having these thoughts? Why do I see the sex scene in my brain? Is because of what you watching. So you have to be very, very, very careful of what you watch, what you are allowing it, putting in your mind. Because the thing is that when you watch something, that is an image, and that image is going to be implanted in your mind. And because you deal with the flesh, if you watch a sex scene or watch something that is of some type of sex, then if you know you're not strong enough to handle that, don't watch it. Be honest with yourself. Be really honest with yourself, and don't watch it. Number two, this kind of piggybacks off of number one. Be mindful of what you listen to. I'm a big, big R&B 90s. Everybody know those songs is just the stuff. They just banging. But it's some songs that put you in a mood. It puts you in a mindset, and it has your flesh rising. So even though I love the 90s, it's certain songs that I have to not listen to. I don't listen to this mess that they play these days with this whole hot girl summer stuff. I'm good on that. No. But that's the type of music that I love. So I still listen to R&B. But I'm just very mindful of what I listen to now, because I can't be listening to Jodeci, and we know, even though Jodeci the songs be popping, but we know it makes your flesh rise because of what they're speaking of. So that wouldn't be wise for somebody like myself that struggles with the flesh to be listening to Jodeci. You know what I'm saying? So be very mindful of what you listen to and how it makes you feel listening to songs. When you break up with someone, you be like, I'm about to go listen to that song. That was our song. Don't put yourself in that predicament. Just be very mindful of what you listen to, very mindful of what you watch. Thirdly, what is he doing? My son. Have an accountability partner. It is so important. I mean, I think this is probably like definitely on the top to have an accountability. Hold on, Jeremiah. To have someone that holds you accountable. If they know like your flesh is rising and you gotta call that girl like, yo, sis, whoo, this is the moment. You gotta have friends around you that's like, no, sis, you don't do it. Don't call them. Don't text them. You working on some things. God is working on some things in you, and that can speak life into you when you really in the moment of that flesh is rising. You want to text them. You want sex. You want to do what you have to do. You have to get around people that's going to hold you accountable for your purity, hold you accountable to the promises that you made to God. And that won't just be like, oh, if we all live, it happens. No, you don't want that. No, no, I have to stay pure because I'm working on some things in me. I want what God has for me. So if you have friends that you can call up, church members, whoever, and be like, hey, listen, my flesh is rising, they should be able to denounce that thing for you. Because there's times you get so caught up in that flesh, you can't denounce it yourself. You really need those accountability partners or accountability person to do it for you when you really can't do it for yourself. So, and number four is read your word, get in your word, listen to the word, your worship music. You have to, when you take away something, say you take away from watching the show that you really know you shouldn't be watching and you're just not mature enough in yourself to watch, replace that with watching Mike Todd or Miles Monroe or TD Jakes or who else do I listen to? Sarah Jakes Roberts, Heather Lindsay. I mean, so many people that I listen to daily that I literally, even people I find on Facebook, not Facebook, find on YouTube that I really don't even know. And I'm like, oh, they powerful. They might just be people like me, not famous or nothing, but just good word. Just constantly fill yourself up with good word. Listen to your gospel music, your worship music. You have to feed what you, when you take it out, you got to fill that thing up with something else and fill it up with God. Fill it up with God and allow God to really move in you. So when those temptations do come, when they do come, you are able to, you're not filled with the flesh. You filled with the spirit. So when the temptation comes, you're able to denounce it as soon as it comes. Number 5, the final 5, is pray. Pray, pray, pray. Pray and denounce. I denounce the flesh. Literally, I can't even keep count. I denounce this flesh so much. I mean, it could be something on the TV and I just kind of hurry up and look. I go, oh, no, 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 no. I can't watch it. And it'd be something I didn't even know that was about to pop up. It could be commercials. Everything is so sexualized these days. It could be anything, but because I know I struggle with the flesh, because I know I want to have sex, but I can't, I have to denounce that thing as soon as it comes up, as soon as it rises. No, no, no. And it's times I gotta scream it like, no, I'm not doing this. That's how serious you gotta be. So those are my top 5 that helps me get through my day daily. And just keep praying over your flesh. Pray for your husband, pray for your wife, pray that God is covering them and they walk in purity. So when you two come together, you won't be tempted. You will be tempted, and of course, but you won't fall to the flesh because both of y'all are spirit filled. So that is it. I pray that you guys enjoyed this series. I enjoyed teaching on this series. Please go back to watch episode 1 and 2 as many times as you have to, because I really desire for all of us to be pure, holy, sanctified, and get our man that God has for us, not a counterfeit. Okay, so that's it, and I will see you guys next Sunday. Toodles.